Welcome, I'm Mayor Gary Sulz, and with me today is Ingrid Bron, Director of Community Economic Development. Ingrid and I are discussing the draft 2022 to 2024 Resort Development Strategy, what it is, and why it's important for our community. Ingrid, can you please explain to our audience what is a resort development strategy?
A resort development strategy is a 3-year agreement with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture to invest in significant tourism and visitor amenities around town, as well as programs for tourists and visitors. So it's a strategy that we develop in partnership with our tourism partners. A council approves it, and then we are able to allocate funding to various projects within and outside the city, as well as to not-for-profit recreation organizations that can benefit from that funding as well.
Great. So what's the significance of the resort development strategy for Revelstoke, and why do we need one?
The significance is that as one of 14 resort municipality communities across the province, we do see a huge influx of visitors at peak times of the year, whether it's a ski season or whether it's a summer season. And so having a resort development strategy enables us to allocate funds towards those critical amenities and infrastructure that are needed by visitors. So for instance, by allocating funds to provide more public washrooms for visitors, we reduce the impact of that cost burden on taxpayers. So that's the main significance, is that it reduces impact of taxation on our locals, and then there's also the benefits to the locals participating and using some of the tourism amenities.
Great. Can you tell me, Ingrid, what and how do the citizens of Revelstoke benefit from the resort development strategy?
So there's many projects around town that the RDS funds, including, for instance, the splash park, the skate park, the recreation trails both within and outside the city, whether you're Nordic skiing, whether you're sledding, if you're on a dirt bike, if you are hiking the trails of the Alpine Club of Canada. These are all initiatives that are funded by, in part, the resort development strategy. We also have more access to wayfinding signage within the city, which helps visitors find their way around, and also I think instills a pride of place in the community when they see the new very stylish signs that are based on our history and our long lineage as a rail town. So I think that the resort development strategy provides many benefits to the community, aside from tax relief and access to these different activities. I think it gives people a pride of place that we are a prime destination for visitors in the province, and we see that as our economy grows in step with that.
So what are some of the exact projects that we're working on this year with the RDS funding?
So some of the new projects proposed in the new resort development strategy are increasing upgrades for Williamson Lake. So that would include, for instance, a swimming dock. And we're looking at building that within the next year or two with funding from RMI fully. We also are investing in more trail maintenance around town and more connector trails linking the resort to the downtown. That's one of the projects that the Director of Parks and Rec and the Director of Engineering will be helping to implement these in the community. We also invest heavily in lots of different events. So whether it's Luna, whether it's Indigenous Reconciliation, Indigenous Peoples Day, there's a number of different activities that recreation groups are interested in pursuing, and so it provides a lot of benefit to different groups which can apply to that funding once we have a signed agreement in place and we have the funds ready to go.
Perfect, thank you. And how can the community give feedback to the city regarding the draft RDS?
So right now the draft RDS, which has been approved by council, is on Talk Revelstoke. You can go to Talk Revelstoke, provide your input to the projects that are listed in that draft strategy, and reach out and contact us if you have any questions.
Perfect, thank you. Thanks for joining me today, Ingrid. I hope our conversation is giving our audience a better understanding of what an RDS is and why it's important. And to our listeners, don't forget to check out Talk Revelstoke to learn more about the draft RDS and to share your thoughts with the Community Economic Development Department. Thanks for tuning in today, and be sure to take a few minutes to watch our other videos on the City Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube accounts.